Okay, everyone is coming on the call. Welcome, welcome to our Sunday Inspiration call.
Wow, how beautiful faces I saw. Wow. Can you write me in the chat where do you come from and your name? Wow. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you in this magical day of Sunday Inspirational call. And in this first chapter in Italy, I'm so happy to present chapter 10. And for the people who don't know me, my name is Ilaria Condome Stefano. I'm from Rome, Italy. And I was a nurse. I worked like a nurse for several years, but I felt a lot of frustration in that time because I didn't find any healing and results in people who come to our hospital, to our clinics. So Ancient Secrets helped me to find a different way, a different point of view. And chapter 10 is something that can change your life because it changed my life. And Dr. Naram said in this chapter, when you have a great burning desire, you can reach anything you want with big faith and commitment and discipline. And this is what happens to me, follow and applying these ancient secrets in my life. So I just want to introduce my co-host, this powerful and amazing woman who is Janet, and I'm so grateful to work with her today. And
thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome you all. Welcome all of you to this wonderful call. I do have to start with an announcement that is, if you don't know about it already, it will impact your life. And that is that our dear Denny Dakin transitioned from her physical body on Monday. So our prayers are with the family, Claire and Mark, and of course Jill, as they go through this process. Know that we are with you. We love you, and we are with you. You have our support. So yeah, it's been an interesting week here, but I invite you now to drop in with me by opening your heart and by feeling the love of others and the love of ourselves, and to connect with Denny, to connect with our higher selves, our inner being. Take a couple of deep breaths. Put your hand on your heart. And feel the love and support in this beautiful community. Feel Denny's presence. Okay, so I came across a song. I was at a musical venue, came across a song that completely amplifies everything that Denny Dakin is. The name of the song is She Is Love. And that was the last thing that she told me when I spoke to her on the Way to Love call, and I asked her about trust. That's what she said to me, that I am love. can read a little excerpt. She said, "You are complete now, before the relationship, during the relationship, after the relationship. Anything you want, you are it all, and you are love. Don't change to fit someone else. Please, you're in charge." I've got full body chills. I know she's here with us. She's right beside Jill in her place, next to her comrade. We love you, Jill, Claire, and Mark. Cornelia, if you could start the song. Thank you.
Sometimes I find silence in dark and deafening rooms. The neon serves its purpose to fill the space above a stool. Sometimes I hear whispers in a cacophony of noise. She teaches me of kindness, though I've never heard her voice. She's the memory of a story someone told me long ago about their dream. She's a place that feels familiar, that I know I've never seen. Sometimes I feel invisible, or the elephant in the room. She points my eyes towards the sky and says sometimes the stars feel that way too. Sometimes I get restless when I'm driving down the road. She calms my mind, singing lullabies through my van's radio. She's the memory of a story someone told me long ago about their dream. She's a place that feels familiar, that I know I've never seen. She is love. She is love. She is love, 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 love. She is love. She is love. She is love. She is love. She's the memory of a story someone told me long ago about their dream. She's a place that feels familiar, and I hope one day I'll see her.
Oh my goodness, I can't even tell you how beautiful that was. Just all of that emotion and love. Thank you all. I feel you. I'd like to introduce Dr. Hemang if he's on the call. Dr. Hemang, I know he would like to speak about something. I hope that he's available to speak now. Otherwise, we can move on to chapter 10 with Ilaria. Is anybody seeing him?
He is not here yet, but he shouldn't be long.
Okay, well, we can start.
I can't see him yet.
Stephanie.
Janet, why don't we take a few moments right now to just invite people to share in the chat what Denny has meant to them, and maybe there are some people that would like to share online. Does that feel okay?
Please put in the chat anybody that has been impacted by Denny. And if you haven't been impacted by Denny, if you want to share about being impacted by somebody else in your life. Yes.
I'll speak.
Yes, please, Esther.
Well, you know, the most wonderful gift that Denny gave to us was the gift of love. And that was by being it and by messaging to us that that's the truth of who we are. And her life was a testimony to overcoming some of the greatest atrocities a person can experience as a child. When you're unwelcomed, that's hard enough, but then to be abused on top of it. And so she's really the phoenix who in this life has taken, you know, made the lead the gold, the alchemist who's transformed all that pain and misery, where she could have stayed stuck there. It could have been her ruin. And she could have played the victim and been the victim, but she didn't. She became the butterfly. She left the cocoon. Now she's really has new wings. And she was just an amazing presence especially for those of us that did the 100-day, the first 100-day. She and Jill and their testimony of what it looks like, of love and companionship and laughter and what can prevail even in the midst of pain. So I just felt compelled, since nobody else was raising their hand at this time, to say that. And just what a wonderful community this is, that is a community of love that recognizes that and really draws out of us all that the purity of our love and the willingness to, you know, burst out of that old caterpillar ego and be that love. So.
Thank you so much, Esther. That was so beautiful. That was just, you just encapsulated all of that and so well. It was just beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet, and everyone.
Janet?
Yes.
I would like to say something.
Absolutely. Oh, Renara, yes, absolutely, please.
So, it was really something very special to know Dani, and especially to have this honor to be with her in the pod group. And actually, I think in any case, the words,
recording in progress.
Sorry, the words,
somebody's feedback.
Mm-hmm. Just a minute.
Okay, well, hopefully Renara will come back. Anybody else want to speak
I'm here.
on Denny?
I'm here.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So I think the words, it's not really will transmit what I really want to say, what I really feel. I would like to invite all of us to connect with Denny in our heart now, and to invite Denny through the music. And I'm absolutely sure that she has the message for each of us, and each of us will receive that his own unique way. Are you okay with that?
Yes. Yes, please.
Thank you, Renata.
Thank you, Renata.
Cornelia, do you have a picture of Denny so that she can be with us in an image, please?
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Hannah. So, so beautiful. I'm just filled with so much love for you, for Denny, for Jill, for Claire, for Mark, for all of us that knew Denny and were impacted when she left her body. Anybody else have any burning desire to speak on Denny and the experiences? Kim, go ahead.
Thank
Yes,
you so
please.
much. I didn't get the opportunity to spend a one-on-one or spend any time with Denny, and many of you have on this call. And I wanted to ask you, Wes and Denny, how did she teach one to fall in love with themselves?
Would anybody like to speak on that?
Great question, Kim. I was just about to do the honors and ask that question on your behalf. Now, from what I know of Denny and both of Jill, from watching the videos, from watching the wisdom on the calls, one of the things that Denny did and both Jill did was not only acceptance of the reality of the challenges that they face, but also to appreciate and to honor the fact that, you know, there were people there, you know, to support them through the various ways to go through life, to support them, you know, in whatever shape or form, whether that be a listening ear, whether that be a gentle touch, whether that just be kind messages, you know, throughout. And the other thing that I noticed personally is they always had a positive nature and a positive smile with themselves. So if we take, you know, kind of teach us to love ourselves, I think the answer is within you itself. If you learn to appreciate who you are, learn to appreciate your thoughts, look at what's within you, within your nature. You know, all of you on this call today that are either listening in on live on either Zoom or Facebook Live, or will hear it afterwards, and even our hosts and that, you all have a unique gift in the sense that you're all special in your own way. You've all brought something to this world, and your presence is a present in itself. So, Kim, I would say to you is acknowledge who you are, go with the flow, and bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Savan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Savan, for sharing that. Hi, everyone. Namaste. This is Andrea. Sorry I'm off camera today, but what I'd like to say is Denny allowed the scared little child within me to connect with her child, the child within. And she allowed me, she told me it was okay to heal and to love. If she could do it, I could do it. So she gave me the freedom to be, to allow the God within to manifest. So imagine the little girl within me reached over across the pond and grabbed hold of her hand, and she held tightly. And we went skipping about in the fields. How liberating is that? Now she has earned her wings. She has earned her wings. When I think of her, I said, wow, Denny has a PhD, her doctorate in human behavior, but she's never stepped foot probably in a college. She truly understands what it is to be the best of us For she has encountered the worst of us, and she has emerged better. She is the epitome of what the God force looks like. She was able to forgive. How many could? She came out better. Look at the beautiful person she is. We are all blessed to have met her, to have shared this space on earth with her. And I look forward to coming to know the other Denny's of the world, the other Denny Dakins of the world. They exist. And thank you, Jill. Thank you, Jill, because you too have a story to share with the world. And I look forward to it. So thank you so much, Denny. Thank you. Soar. Say hi to Dr. Naram and the others for us. What a powerful team we have. Thank you for allowing me to share what beats so deeply within me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Andrea and Savan and Kim. Thank you for sharing. This is such a beautiful community. We're so lucky, so blessed to have each other. Anybody else feel the need to speak? Burning desire? Otherwise we can, is Dr. Hemang on the phone or on the call yet?
Not yet, he's not here yet. But what I would like to announce is that some of you might know, some of you might not, is that Danny was actually writing a book. And so with a lot of the stories that people contributed, sessions that she had that were transcribed. And right now there is a pre-sale going on, and I will put the link here into the chat box. And you can go on this and also help contribute to, with your donation, then also contribute to help pay all the accumulated negligence when she was in hospital. And so that, and you will get, of course, then the book, and it will be probably the most, maybe besides Dr. Naram's book or Clint's book, maybe the most transforming book you will ever read. If you have ever listened to Danny speak, when she comes from her heart, when your heart just opens, and seeing the transformation that she created in other people, and we heard a couple of people sharing already, this will be in the book. And I can only invite you to go for this right now and save your copy already. That will come out pretty soon.
Cordelia, can you put your volume up?
Let me see, I have to go into my audio settings. Let me see if I can do that.
Just for those who could not hear Cornelia very clearly, what she mentioned was Danny and Jill have obviously shared their stories, and we're in the process of getting the book compiled together. Cornelia has kindly put in the link to order the book. So as a pre-registration exercise on the chat box. So please feel free to click on the link, reserve your copy. And obviously once the book is released, you will be the first ones to get the book. Your donation for the book will not only help the family itself, but will also help the orphan kids in Nepal as well, that Dr. Naram, Pankaj Naram had set up, and obviously it is ongoing as well. Any more questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and we shall answer them. Thank you very much.
Okay, I hope my mic is working now. It's better now. Okay, sorry about that. And I just wanted to let you know that Dr. Hemang is on the call now. I just saw him coming in.
Yeah, right before we go to Dr. Hemang, is it okay if I just share a little bit from my heart? I was watching on Facebook Live and I couldn't help but just come on. I mean, the words you're speaking are so beautiful. The song you picked, Janet, and where Sivan and Andrea and were speaking so beautiful. And, you know, Kimberly saying, the perfect question. I didn't get a chance to meet, she is asking, I didn't get a chance to meet one-on-one with Denny. How do I learn how to love myself more? You know, such a perfect question. And then Cornelia just came in, you know, with the gift of gifts, the miracle of miracles. You know, this is often called the Sunday miracle call, and what a miracle it is. Even Anne was pointing it out to me just recently. What a miracle that in the last 6 months of a person's life, we could be, her stories and her wisdom and her wit could be recorded in such a way that could be captured in a book that can extend beyond that person's experience in their physical body, you know? And what a miracle, what a gift. You know, how much relief her soul must have felt. When I first had a consultation with her, thanks to her daughter, Claire, introducing me to her, you know, it was so easy to fall in love with both Denny and Jill, so easy. And true to form, you know, with the ancient secrets, the question that we always ask, you know, the question that Dr. Naram would always ask, and that I always ask is, what do you want? What do you want? And Denny so poignantly, so clearly, so elegantly said, what I want is that I'm able to share my this message with more people. You know? So I said, super, come on the Sunday call, share. When she came on, it was so beautiful. And then joining the 100-day course and doing the bonus sessions and then doing all the individual consultations. And I know on the call recently, Jill was saying that she tried for so long, for years and years, to try and capture Denny's wisdom and stories and could never do it because Denny's like, I have to do it with people. You know? So the fact that we recorded dozens of these consultations and they've been transcribed, and thanks to Jen, thanks to Denny also doing some other interviews, we have all of that captured and documented and recorded and life-changing. You know, Jerem, I think he described it so beautifully. It's like this chalice of Denny's life we get to drink. And in drinking that, we heal hidden wounds in us, you know? And I know that, you know, Denny originally came because she wanted, or Clara introduced me to her because she wanted to be healed of a certain thing, which was, you know, even that story is so funny, but I feel like I was healed in her presence. I did 2 of the sessions myself, and I know that whoever I talked to felt so much benefit. But how cool, Kimberly and everyone, that, wow, in the last 6 months of someone's life on this planet, you know, in this body, that their wisdom is recorded and able to be shared in this way. So it's a real treat. It's a real gift for us to have access to pre-register for this book. I'm so grateful, Cornelia, you bringing this up and putting the link there. It's also in the email that went out to everyone. But when you pre-register for it now, it actually does. It helps pay for some of those last expenses and also, you know, supports the, in such a way that can help this contagious love spread throughout the world. So thank you, everyone, for being on this call. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being attracted to a space in which, you know, the core foundational principles. I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. And Denny was the epitome of that. Loving in such a way that that love could teach us, like Andrew was saying, you know, love could teach her, if Denny can transcend the most unspeakable circumstances to come to a place of love, I can too. I can love myself too. You know? So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ilaria, Janet, everyone, for being on this call in this space. You know, the whole chapter 10 is about that too. Man, chapter 10 is so much about that. You know, can a menopausal woman at 50 plus have a baby? You know, can she dare? Can she dare? You know, to dream, to tap into her heart and say, this is what I want, despite all odds of everything that she's ever heard or thought before. You know, on this call, you're going to hear people sharing that actually were there, you know, that knew that story, and they're going to guide you through. You're going to go to Italy. You're going to learn, how are these ancient secrets healing hearts all over the planet? And also right now, just for a moment, you'll have an insight into how you can actually, in a very practical way, live physically, mentally, emotionally, what you want, through being guided hand in hand with one of the most experienced Vaidyas, trained directly by Dr. Naram on the planet. and we'll take you day by day through a 28-day detox process. And, you know, it was just created out of, because sometimes we want something, but we just need a little help. You know, we just want to say, help me, help me. Actually, my mom right now, I wasn't planning on sharing the story, but my mom is in Connecticut just to be with my brother-in-law so that he can do the full 3 weeks of detox, you know, and she can make mung soup for him every day. And on the last call, I don't know if you remember, but Nick was sharing his story, Nick and Nina sharing so powerfully about, in chapter 9, about Marma. And there's a part where Nick was sharing about the Marma, but then he was sharing about how he ate the mung soup. You know, for the first time, it was mung soup that my mom made and that I got to bring with me. And Nick said, this soup was made with so much love. You know? And I sent a message to my mom and I said, Mom, did you hear Nick when Nick was talking about you? She's like, yeah, I was watching it on Facebook Live. I won't read you the whole message, but she says, I heard he said it was made with love. And when I think about the difficulty of my own sharing love, I think, yes, every time I make mung bean soup, it is to share love. You know? And she's in there right now in Connecticut making mung soup every day. And the first day, my my brother-in-law said he said it was so hard. And my mom said it was so hard for him. He's at the dinner table. He made food for everyone else in his family. They're all eating and he has this bowl of soup and he finishes soup and he can't stand at the table anymore because it's too much. So he has to leave because it was too much, you know. And then the second day was so hard, but because my mom was there making the soup. And after day 3, only the 3rd day of eating mung soup, he said to her, he's like, wow, I think this is actually working. And he started to feel happy again and more peaceful and better in his body, you know. And now it's day 7. He got the herbs and he's taking the herbs. And so sometimes we just need someone to take our hand just that loves us so much. And Dr. Hemang is full of love, you know. So if you want that extra boost of love, support, then Dr. Hemang, he actually created this out of love. Dr. Hemang, can you unmute yourself and just share a little bit? Because tomorrow, I think, is the last day people can register. Today is the 24th. Tomorrow's the 25th. Last day people can register. And just tell them a little bit, just in a couple minutes, what it's about.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning to all. Hello, everyone.
Dr. Hemang?
Yes.
Please
Hello.
share.
Yes, yes. Maybe because of 100 days education, many of you already knowing the importance of the detox. What is detox? Why the detox? Who needs the detox? When we should choose the detox? Which detox is fit to us? Many different possibility, many different options, and many different health challenges, many different health conditions. Ayurveda says, time to time, we all need to clean our body, mind, and spirit. Even we have any health challenge or not, to stay healthy, to have better quality of life, to improve and strengthen our immunity in today's time, to have strong mind and emotions in this today's stressful world, too many responsibility. We need better grounding, better stability, to increase our efficiency, not only the physical fitness, but also it's important to have mind and emotions, spiritual level, more cool, calm, relax, peace of mind. And it comes through the cleanness. Now, yes, the question is how to do it. There are the several ways. In today's time, many different ways. There are at many different places, many different ways. People are doing the liver detox, colon cleansing, or maybe like fasting, intermittent fasting, and other so many different ways. People have options. All options are effective. Everyone, it depends on what suits to you, what and which is the way, which is the comfortable and convenient in your practical and day-to-day routine life. We have also developed one concept of the detox. We call it as a healthy me detox, which helps the cleansing to improve the quality of life. Ayurveda says that by removing the toxins from the body, there is a better possibility to have a better quality of life, better possibility of restoration of your body functions. Let me share one screen, which is the principle of Ayush Shakti philosophy. Is it possible for me to share screen? Yeah. Thank you. Maybe many of you already knowing this. We believe that if we remove the toxins, eliminate the toxins from the body, then it is easy to restore our body function. Our body means here we don't consider only the physics, but the complete body. Physics, mind, emotion, spiritual. To restore its function better way. And then we can nourish it. We can have a better rejuvenation, strengthening our immune system, strengthening our efficiency, our power, our focus, our concentration, our creativity, our productivity increase once the toxins are out. Based on this formula, we have developed a program called Healthy Me Detox, which I believe many of you already knowing it, or many of you have already done it in the past. 28 days, Healthy Me Detox. It's a home detox, which is like a combination of special meal plan to follow for 28 days. The meal plan is designed in such a way which helps to liquefying the toxins and removing the toxins from the every tissues and make body clean. It designed such a way to have the best of best result in the many of illness, many of health challenges. Meal plan is designed such a way so it fits to most of the people, whether it's a diabetic or person has a hypertension or person has a suffering from the autoimmune condition or skin problem or asthma or bronchitis or any anxiety or depression or any weight problem or metabolism problem. It fits to most of the all conditions. Along with this specific diet plan to follow, there is a specific herbs to take which helps to remove the toxins from the deeper tissues, from the organs, from the nerves, from the channels, from the every part of the body. It helps to remove the toxins. So, and when the toxins are out, gone, then whatever your regular herbs are there, they can work better way from the deeper level, getting the better effect, more effect. Normally, when we do the detox, there is a challenge sometimes. Many of us experience the challenge to prepare the different food, different home remedies, different herbs to take. So we have created an opportunity to do this detox together in the group. So it can be a motivation and inspiration to each other. It can be a support to each other. And for that, we had a common detox group program, health challenge, in the month of May. And it was a good experience. More than 100 people participated in that detox challenge in that time. And now we are going to start this similarly again from the 8th of August. Maybe many of you have already done it, the detox in the past. So maybe there is a question. Can I repeat? Can I do the detox again? Or not? Should I do or not? Yes. In the gap of 2 months, you can do this detox again. If your body strength permits you, if your body stamina supports you, yes, it is good to do. From the experience of the last time in the month of May, which detox program we have organized in the group, from the experience, we have understood, we have learned many things. And now we have established, set up most of the process as automated to book and to register yourself for the detox, to book the appointment with your Eye Shakti Vaidya from its own, and you get the all information, the login credentials, support, also automated. Let me explain you that things, how it is possible if someone wants to register.
Beautiful. And Dr. Hemang, I just, I see Cornelia put in the chat the link on how people can discover more.
Please.
Also, I don't know how I got dates confused. I feel like I'm in a time warp, but today is July 25th. And so today is the last day to register for this, if you want to, because you have to have enough time for the herbs to arrive at your house. And so if you feel an inclination in your heart at all, you want just some extra help. You know, I've even met with so many people for pulse consultations, and some people just need a little extra help. But why would you do that? You get clear on what do you want? What do you want? You know, today is all about chapter 10. This woman, amazing people in this chapter. You'll meet some of them and hear some of their stories, but they were so clear on what did they want. And that clarity gives you the power to do things maybe you didn't think you could do before. But once you just break through the first layer of difficulty, usually the first couple days, the first week is the toughest. After that, you start to feel so good, no one's going to stop you, you know? And so the beautiful thing about this 28-day Vaidya-led detox is that, you know, you just get someone to hold your hand during the tricky parts. And I see there's some questions in the chat, Dr. Hemang. Maybe you can answer after you're done sharing the process. But, you know, some people that want to know, will it be held again, and some other things, but you can do that a little bit later. I think, Dr. Hemang, you're going to share the process now.
Yeah, sure.
Like Nick is on right now. So beautiful. Who came on? He was co-hosting last call. I don't know, Nick, instead of me reading this for you, do you want to just share? I don't know if you can just share out loud. Maybe you're not in a position to. Actually, if you turn on your video, I'll know you're in a position to. If not, then I'll just I'll just read what you said. Oh, good. He's in a position to. Super.
Yeah, I did the detox, and I was talking to my brother about it the other day, and with all of that weight that I lost, he said, how many toxins were stored in that fat that you were carrying around? And not only that, I think, you know, a lot of negative energy that I'd probably had stored there as well. And so being able to go through the detox and doing the Hmong soup for really 3.5 months, I think really helped open me up so that I could start progressing and making really deep changes in my life. I know a lot of people say, hey, if you do the, you know, after 7 days, you'll start feeling better. Like, that wasn't the case for me. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll just keep going. And I did it as far as I could until I felt like I'd done it far enough. So.
You look awesome, Nick. Nick not only lost 70 pounds, but I love he just says, you know, I've also, you know, all the toxins that were released from that fat, able to move his body better, you know, basically no physical pain, but then also making so many emotional, mental, spiritual changes. And then he makes this really important point. He says, you have to realize some people need more than even a month, like Dr. Naram's mom, who took 15 years. So also this 28 days, it's not like you do the 28 days and you're like, I did it. I mean, you do want to celebrate, but it's the beginning of something beautiful. It's a new way of being. It's a new way of experiencing vibrant health, unlimited energy, and peace of mind. You know, Dr. Naram, he says, it takes as long as it takes. You know, some healing takes time. If you want a quick fix, this isn't it. But if you want deeper healing, if you want real solutions, then this is a path you can take. And it's so powerful, so beautiful. And also, I just got a message from Ronnie saying it's Heidi's birthday on August 8th. So what a great way to celebrate Heidi's birthday. Awesome. So I just want to say, Dr. Hemang, thank you so much. I think they need to move on with the call, but we posted the link about how you can get more information. Is there anything else, Dr. Hemang, you want to share about that? Nick, thank you for sharing that. So important for people to know.
Thank you,
yes. Nick. So maybe all of you have received an email with the detail about the healthy me detox and the possibility how you can register yourself. There is a link given. Just click on that link and you have this page to open. Now, by any chance, if you are doing this detox first time, then it's very simple for you. Maybe for information, first you browse through the information, just go through all what is written, why you should choose this, for whom it is benefits, and why you should do it. Okay, how it works. And what all includes in this detox program, detox package, for what you are going to pay. So it's the main is the detox kit, means herbs, what you are going to get for the 28 days, and 3 consultation with Ayush Shakti Vaidya. First consultation before detox, second detox during detox, and then the detox, after the detox, third consultation. So first thing what you receive in the program included as the detox herbs, second thing as the 3 consultation with Ayush Shakti Vaidya, and third thing as the main important, the support. there is a special support with the videos and the lots of documents available, which helps in the day-to-day to routine to make very easy. So what is that? So now let me explain you. When you register, you fill up the normal information and mention your address, and you pay there online with the secured link, the cost, and then immediately you get the login credential. So that login when you log in from here, you have the detail. Just a second. So with this login detail, you have the details about some inspiring videos from Dr. Smita about the detox program. Here you have the detail about the daily routine to follow for 27 days. Why 27 days? Because after 28 days, one day is a detox day. On the detox day, you are not supposed to do daily routine. So it's mentioned as a 27 days. Here we have the information about every morning to follow as a dincharya. We can call it as part of the detox. Okay. Then you have the information about the list of grocery, shopping list, what all you can enjoy, the common questions, all can I have this, can I not have this, what all the possibilities about the grains, legumes, vegetables, spices, every fruits and all different things. All we have tried to cover most of the common things, so not to have the lot of questions in anyone's mind. So most of the things we have covered here. Then we have the few recipes here, so which helps to prepare the daily variety of the dishes, different food as per the plan given in the detox, of course, but here you have the possibility, and all the recipes are as per the Ayush Shakti philosophy, so it's all are safe. Then we have the information about the day wise. So when you click on the day one, you have the everything mentioned what you are supposed to do on the day one. So first day, many of you already knowing that the detox tea only to drink. So how to prepare the recipe, which all are herbs are you are supposed to take, when to take, what are the possible consequence can happen and what can be done. Then the same thing is explained through the video. So you have the possibility to read all the information and watch from the video. Same for the day two. Again, from morning to evening, the food plan, the breakfast, lunch, dinner, what all you can have with the recipe, and again with the supplements, which all supplements you are supposed to take on day two. So every day wise, we have tried to make it more simple, easy to understand and to follow. So one can watch these videos and information the day before, one day prior, so can have the complete prepared for the next day. Also, we have tried to explain the day 7, the easiest way. The day 7 is a detox day. We all know that to make it simple, we have explained all the information with the word and also similar here in the video. So here we can see the information for all 28 days. Now, to get this detail, sorry. So to get the access to all videos and information, you need to register yourself. You need to have the login credential with you for yourself. Then you can get it. Any questions on this? Anything to know about this process?
So beautiful. Yeah, if you have any questions, can you put them in the chat? I just want to say, oh yeah, Kim says, is there a weekly grocery list? Is one of the questions. And I can see quite a few questions in the chat. If you have a question, go ahead and please put it in the chat. I want to make sure, I just want to give a moment really to thank Dr. Hemang, not only for all the effort and love he put into helping with the 100-day course, but just looking at what else do people need? How else can we help people with the deeper healing so people can achieve and enjoy what they want? And I really think that this 28-day program is it's a beautiful way for those that want a little extra help. You know, it's worth every penny 10 times more. Anything you pay, you'll get that benefit out of it.
Dr. Clint, thank you so much for you, for all you do. And I just wanted to say that I am also, I benefited from all of the Ayush Shakti love and knowledge, from all of the diet changes to the herbs. I lost 55 pounds and I'm still doing really well. Since September, I've lost it. So I am proof that this works. So thank you, Dr. Hemang, for such a beautiful presentation and all your love that you put into that. Thank you.
Great for following this. It is very important. There are many possibilities are there in the world, but the important is one should follow. Then only it happens and we get the good result.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Great.
Someone's asking, how do we
you are doer. So always Dr. Naram was saying that who did it? It was not done by anything us. It was all done by you all. You did efforts. You put a lot of efforts and energy and time for happening. We are just transformer, just to transform the information, what we have learned from the Dr. Narams and from lineage and from university and from books and scriptures. But important is to implement and to get the benefit out of. Super, wonderful.
Ilaria, I think it's time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it okay if I introduce Ilaria?
Absolutely.
I want to introduce Ilaria. Since I'm on.
Welcome, Dr. Clint. I'm so happy to see you.
And
thank you, Dr. Hemang, for all. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ilaria, can I introduce you?
Yes, if you want.
Ilaria has been amazing in so many ways, like countless ways. And, you know, I'm so happy about, I posted in the chat, you know, going back to Denny just for a moment, you know, 3 ways we can honor her. First of all, if you have a story, something about how she changed your life, we want to know, and we want to include those snippets in the book as well, or on a website about her. A second way is, you know, her daughter, Claire, started something called treesisters.org, which is a fantastic organization talking about discovering what you want. Claire discovered what she wanted to do was help plant trees, but she'd never done it before. She was saved, actually had a car accident, a tree saved her life. In that moment, she had a flash of insight about, I want to save trees. I want to plant trees. I think the earth needs more trees. But she's like, I've never done that. But she did it. She felt like that idea came with the power with it. And since then has planted more than, I think, 18 million trees in the last 6 years. So one way you can honor Denny is planting trees. And we put that link. And then also the Denny Love Fund, you know, pre-registering for the book. There's something about contagious love. And when you do the 28-day detox, when you invest in like Denny Love Book, you're investing in yourself, but it's contagious. That love is contagious. It goes out. And you never know whose life it can bless. What I love is I just got from Ilaria these pictures from being in Rome This is in the shop of Sadhu, where me and Dr. Naram would go years and years and years. And I always dreamed that the book would be there in Italian. And it's so fun that it's on the bookshelves there in Italian. You can see Ilaria with Dr. Giovanni and with so many of the people coming and holding the book. And really that's in large part due to Ilaria. Oh, here's Sadhu right there. Sadhu with Dr. Giovanni and Ilaria. In large part because of Ilaria's passion and love to make sure the book was accessible in Italian. You know, one of the first places that Dr. Naram ever went to, oh, I thought I had the book in Italian with me, but I have two of the Portuguese versions. So one of the first places Dr. Naram went to after India was Italy, and poured so much of his love into the country. And you hear in the book in chapter 10, my first experience being in Italy with him and with Dr. Giovanni. Now, the story is so amazing there. And wherever you are in the world, this is not just a story about Dr. Naram being in Italy or all these people being in Italy, but it's about what can be possible in your country, in your city, in your state. I've seen in this miracle group, people so passionate, like Afsena, so passionate. She wants the book to be ready in Farsi that she devoted her life to it. She even had this experience where she didn't think she was going to live any longer. She thought maybe her life was at the end. And the one thing she wanted was to make sure the book was ready in Farsi. It touched my heart so much. I don't know what to say, but she just felt like this was a way of contributing in her life and spreading love. I see Louisa and Sonia are on this call right now. And Louisa and Sonia did an amazing thing as well. I just want to share this. They just completed the book in Brazilian Portuguese. And just this week in Brazilian Portuguese, the book is available and accessible. I'm going to put the link. And wow, imagine if people in Brazil, you know, the story of Dr. Naram is continuing beyond his body in this country of beautiful people. The Spanish team is working so hard. The German team is working so hard. It's completed in Romanian. The French team, who many are on this call, have completed and are just finishing the last final touches. So when you listen to today's call and listen to Ilaria and hear Dr. Giovanni, Dr. Valentini, the others who are going to share, just imagine this contagious love, this contagious healing. What's possible in your life when you first of all take the first steps for your own health, and then what can happen for others? Ilaria is a perfect example. And so Ilaria, with so much love and so much respect, I'm so excited for you to guide us on this journey of going to Italy with you, being in Italy with you, and seeing how is these ancient secrets helping in modern times.
Thank you, Dr. Clint. I want to share with you the story when I met Dr. Clint and Dr. Naram for the first time. It was 2 years ago, and I was waiting for my visit with Dr. Naram, and I saw the book in the hands of Dr. Clint, and I just asked to him if I can have a look to this book. And just reading the titles, he asked me, what is the chapter impacted you most? And I say chapter 10. And here I am talking about chapter 10. So magic happens in each moment. And in that moment, I felt a lot of gratitude, a lot of joy in my heart for this meeting, because it changed my life. And since that day, I had this thought to translate it in Italian. And even if I didn't speak perfectly English, I had this sensation that something would happen. And this happens because I received help from the miracle Italian translation team who helped me to translate it. And we finally published it. We were the first country who published it in 19th of February of this year, exactly 1 year after Dr. Naram left his body. So I'm so grateful for all this help that I received and all the miracles and the joy I see in these times. Wow. I feel a lot of love in my heart in this moment. I know you can feel it. And chapter 10 is a magical chapter like the others, but it impacted me most because I can't think about the possibility for a woman to have again a cycle after menopausal time. So when I started to listen stories and to see with my eyes, with Dr. Giovanni Brincivalli, stories about women who had again a cycle, I had no words, and I can only feel this joy and this love in my heart because I think it was impossible. So I want to introduce this chapter, and there will be a video realized from Miriam, who is a wonderful divine goddess and sister. Miriam, I love you so much. I see you in the video.
Ilaria, I just want to send you so much love and so much peace and light. This chapter also means a lot to me as well, because I'm somebody who's had irregular periods, and when my period has stopped for a long time, and hearing their stories about that, I could relate in a small way where someone is longing for their period to start. And so, yeah, it's a really powerful chapter. And I'm so happy to connect with you and hear you speak. You speak so beautifully with so much love. And I think it's such a blessing to have you here. Namaskar, friends and families joining from all around the world. The divinity, that spark of light in me, loves, 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 and bows down to the divinity, that spark of light within you. So let's explore Chapter 10 of the Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. This chapter is about faith and dreams. Wayne Dyer said, "Have faith in your soul's sacred plan. Dream your dreams, set your intentions, align your free will with your true will, then spread your wings and reach for the sky." As we look at this chapter together, I encourage you to reflect on this question. What is your dream, and what are you willing to do to achieve it? So here are the highlights of Chapter 10. This chapter takes us to Milan, Italy, where we hear the story of Maria Chiara, who dreams of being able to have a baby, even though she's already 3 years into menopause. We hear of Helena, who comes out of menopause to have a baby. We also learn of a young man who recovers from polycystic kidney disease. And after following prescribed treatments from Dr. Naram, an elderly couple share that their sex life is even better than when they were newlyweds. The previous chapter, Dr. Naram says to Dr. Clint, "Can you meet me in Europe?" And sensing Dr. Clint's hesitation, he says, "If you do come, it will be one of the most amazing experiences of your life." Dr. Clint says, "I've been blessed." And he says this because although his parents didn't have a lot of money, he had always been able to find ways to travel. Dr. Clint shares, "My soul has always been drawn to traveling. I feel alive when I see how people around the world live differently. So this chapter takes us to Milan, Italy, and Dr. Clint shares, Italy was one of my favorite places to run to, and for good reasons. The gelato, the pizza, the artwork, the gelato, the language, the pasta, the gelato, the chocolate, the people. Did I mention the gelato? So then early the next morning that he arrives, he sets out for the clinic that was hosting Dr. Naram. Dr. Clint shares, I was shown to a room I'd use to interview people, and I set up my video camera and settled in. So in Italy, Dr. Clint's intention was to film Dr. Naram's patients. Dr. Clint shares, as people filtered in, my dreamy state from being in such a beautiful place slowly faded as I witnessed the intensity of the pain many were experiencing. At that time, the economy in Italy was far from rosy. Many businesses closed down and approximately 20% of young adults were unemployed. Insurance plans didn't accommodate ancient healing methods, so people had to pay out of pocket. It cost about 70 euros, approximately $100 for their consultation with Dr. Naram, plus about 2 to 5 euros per day. That's $3 to $7 for the herbs they received afterward. Yet day after day, crowds eagerly waited to see him. I was extremely curious why so many Italians were lining up to see Dr. Naram. What inspired them to do this? Dr. Clint asked. Dr. Naram came to tell Dr. Clint that he must speak with a woman named Maria Chiara. And she told her story of how she first came to Dr. Naram 3 years earlier. And this is what she shared. She said that Dr. Naram asked her that important question that he always asks his patients. What do you want? And this is what Maria told him. I told him I wanted my periods back so I could have another child. I knew I was asking the impossible, but I wanted it anyway. At the time, I was already in menopause and hadn't had a period for 3 years. When menopause started, I felt depressed and I had mood swings. I had pain everywhere and couldn't sleep. My whole body was on fire from hot flashes. At night, I had to open windows because I was sweating like crazy. I was so tired and experiencing bloating, cramps, and indigestion. I also had dryness in my vagina and no libido. The old woman came out of me and my skin was crawling. Back pain started and noise in the bones, which my doctor told me was osteoarthritis. I felt old, and worst of all, I started growing hair in my weird places. But then I got a boyfriend who is younger than me. Although we have some challenges, I have a big wish to have a child with him. Dr. Naram shared with Dr. Clint her case reminded me of another woman who came once. She said Jesus came to her dream and told her Dr. Naram could help her come out of menopause. While helping that woman, Dr. Naram discovered secrets that he felt could help Maria. And this is what Dr. Naram says to Maria. The problem is not you. Who you are is something different. It is your hormones causing your hot flashes, bloating, anger, and agitation. Your boyfriend may think you are an angry woman, but that is not who you are. He does not understand. You are a very good woman. Your imbalanced hormones are creating this havoc, not you. Dr. Naram also shares the ancient secrets could cause some side effects, like more young men wanting her. Dr. Naram says, my original master, Jivaka, was treating Amrapali, who at age 60 was considered the most beautiful woman in the world and kept attracting younger men. Even the 35-year-old king, who already had a younger wife, wanted to marry her. Dr. Naram says, I can't promise anything regarding having a baby, but according to these ancient secrets, I can definitely make you look and feel younger. Dr. Clint shares she followed the diet diligently and took all the home remedies and herbs for about 1 year. Maria Chiara says, now I'm 56 years old and my menstrual cycle has started again. Dr. Giovanni says, from a medical standpoint, this was unprecedented and amazing. Maria says, I can create now. I can have a child. I feel like I'm in heaven. Dr. Giovanni says, I'm very proud of her because she had such a strong faith and desire. Even when most people believe that you can't get pregnant once you go into menopause, she believed she could. She chose a different path for herself. She followed the protocol and as a result has achieved a remarkable thing. Dr. Naram says, when you have a burning desire with big faith, commitment, and discipline, then anything is possible. So I bring you back to that first question. What is your dream and what are you willing to do to achieve it? And I ask you one more. What burning desire do you have in your heart, even if to some it may seem impossible? I would just like to say thank you for giving me this incredible honor to share the highlights of Chapter 10 from the Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. I thank my family. I thank my teachers. I thank the Siddha Veda lineage. And I thank you. I love you and I'm with you. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar.
Thank you so much, Miriam. That was so beautiful. Hilaria, are you going to continue? You have a special guest, don't you?
Yes, I have a special guest from Italy, and he's Dr. Giovanni Brincivalli, who is an amazing teacher, an amazing master, an amazing man, human being. He's willing to help people. He's very powerful. I had honor to speak with him during his tours in Italy, some tours in Italy, and to see how he works, and he puts his whole heart. And I am so grateful to have this opportunity to present. And I don't know if you are able to speak, Dr. Giovanni.
Yes, I am able to speak. Yeah,
Welcome.
can you hear?
Namaste.
Hello, namaste, namaste. Thank
Are
you
you
very much.
traveling?
I'm traveling. Yes, now I have to start a trip, long trip. Anyway, I just put fuel in my car. And thank you, Ilaria, for presenting so nicely. Thank you, Dr. Clint, always for creating this opportunity to share our love and knowledge all together. Thank you for the co-hosting. Thank you for Mariam for reading so nicely in a sweet moods. Yeah, tears was coming, remembering all this memory put together. Very good in this chapter number 10. And this chapter is a real example of how the willpower, the strong desire that doesn't accept the no as the answer. It is being well described in few examples. So there is that lady that she was already in menopause, in age that where every woman could accept that it is the nature has induced the menopause at the age of 56, 54, 55, 56. But she has a big desire to have the cycle back and eventually to have children with the new boyfriend. And this example has been repeated also in our practice. Right? We had another lady that she was younger, but at the age of 33, she wants a baby, and but the baby couldn't come. She had a baby already at the age of 30, but at the age of 33, she wants another baby, but this baby was not coming. And then, so she went to ask the advice of one gynecologist, and the gynecologist asked to do all the tests, endocrine test, blood test, sonography, hysterosalpingography. So in order to discover, to found which was the problem that was blocking her to have a child, new child. And when the lady went to the gynecologist with all the blood tests, gynecologist said to her in a clear way that she was having early menopause. She was in a menopause because there was no hormones produced in a normal level that was able to sustain a production and evolution of eggs. And so this news was shocking for her because she was feeling she was very young at the age of 33, and for her was something impossible. And then for that reason, she went to another gynecologist, and the gynecologist also, when the gynecologist saw all the report, the gynecologist said, "I agree with my colleague. You cannot have any child. You cannot have any child because you are having menopause." And but for her, this to know was not enough to stop her for desire and searching for other solution. So she went also to a university professor, and this university professor asked her to repeat all the tests. And when she went to this professor, he told him very clearly, please stop to spend money. Please stop to waste time, because you are in a early menopause and there will be no way, no opportunity, there is no way that you can have a child. And she asked also, can I have a child with the artificial insemination? The doctor said very clearly, no, it is impossible, because if you don't have eggs, you don't have any there is no way that you can have a child. She was in desperate mood. She was desperate. She was depressed. She was without no hope. But then she came to know that Dr. Naram was there, and she approached us, and we have started a full plan with the Ayushakti herbs, giving Stri Sanjeevani, Stri Sati, Kumarika, Kumari Yog to improve, to help the production of the hormones from the pituitary gland, and to improve the quality of the uterus and the ovaries. And then with great surprise, after 3 months only, she became pregnant. So it was a big shock in a very positive way. So all what we can do, we can say that the ancient healing secrets are able to create, rejuvenate the body, united the therapy, united with the strong desire to have a child, has created this miracle. What is create a miracle? Now, this lady has a wonderful baby that is named Viola. And so this is another example, strong example, powerful example, how the desire can overcome also the no that has been said repeatedly 3 times by a specialist. So, and I know that should be also speaking today, Dottoressa Lidiana, that also is another wonderful colleague, one of the first doctor that joined Dr. Naram at the very beginning. So I'm sure that she can share many stories. And she's a gynecologist. It is an enlightened gynecologist. So I hope, and I want to hear also from her what she has to say.
Thank you, Dr. Giovanni, for sharing. It's so amazing to hear this miracle story. And I don't know if we have in the call Dr. Valentini.
I don't think so. I don't think she's
okay.
Here.
Anyway, so this lady also took what we call the Amrapali secrets. Yeah, Amrapali secrets. So it is a combination of herbs that you should combine together, and this is for the benefit of all the women, all the girls. This they can have. So you can make this formula. 200 is well written in the book. Is already written in the book. Anyway, you can have 250 grams of fennel seeds and 250 grams of cumin and 50 grams of dill. Then 30 grams of coriander, and then 10 grams of asafoetida, that is hing. So you mix all these ingredients and you create and divide all these ingredients in 60 parts, and then take 4 of this small packet every day with some water. And or if now is available at Ancient Secret, the Amrapali formula that has helped many women to feel more energetic, to have back their Shakti, feel more feminine, more energy. So this I would like to invite, to take this Amrapali nectar.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Dr. Giovanni, he's sharing the recipe that's on page 292 of the book. I see some people wanting to post it. You can look here on page 292. And then we'll also post a link. That's one easy way to do, fairly inexpensive. You just order the ingredients. If you want a little bit easier way and to go a little bit deeper and faster, then Dr. Naram, I believe this was the last formula that he put into the world with his love and his effort. And so we actually have some of the bottles that he created. It's a very limited supply, but we'll put the link, and there's the liquid and the tablets. Amrapali's Secret Nectar and Amrapali's Secret Nutrition. And it's best actually if you take them together. Many people have asked this question and there's a lot of story behind it, but we'll put that link as well. Thank you, Giovanni, for mentioning that.
Okay, thank you, dear Dr. Clint. Yeah. My love to all the angels that are listening and being.
Dr. Giovanni, thank you so much. Your
Thank you.
wisdom, your truth that you speak, all of your experiences, we honor you and we know what you're doing for us and for the world.
Thanks to the master. Thanks to Dr. Naram. Thanks to Dr. Smita Naram. Thanks to Dr. Clint also. It is inspiring. Yes, thanks to everybody. Thank you, Laria, and all the cost. Okay.
Giovanni, we love you so much. We love you so much, Giovanni.
Nice.
Such a gift.
Thank you, dear.
Okay.
Hopefully I can see you soon. Eh?
Yeah. Very much in my heart to see you soon, Giovanni. Give you a big hug.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to be able to do a breakout room today, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that based on time. But I do have a question that we could answer in the chat. What burning desires do you have in your heart? And even if to some they may seem like impossibilities. So that is related to chapter 10. So if you have anything that you would want to put in the chat about that, we would love to be able to read that. And Dr. Hemang spoke so beautifully about the 28-day detox. We're so incredibly grateful to have him on the call, as well as Dr. Giovanni, their wisdom. And Miriam, her review is beyond incredible. And I told her that she's framing chapter 10 and all of the other chapters in this beautiful frame of love. So we really appreciate her for that. I'd like to introduce Ilaria again. Not only is she absolutely gorgeously beautiful, Ilaria, are you not ready? Are you?
Yes, can you give me some minutes to prepare?
Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Anybody have anything to speak on about the 28-day detox or about
I think Dr. Hemang wanted to answer some of the questions people had.
Absolutely, perfect.
Yeah. So you can see many questions and interest of the people to go for this, and so maybe I can give a little bit more information about the registration process. So it will be more comfortable and known to everyone what will happen and how it works. When you register for yourself for this detox program, first time, when you are doing the first time, you register here, you pay $297 US, and you receive the confirmation email, automated email, instant, on the spot. In the same email, you will have the appointment link to book an appointment link with Ayush Shakti Vaidya. So you don't need to do anything. But by any chance, if you are doing this detox again, if you have done this detox already in the month of May when we had the same group event, then you may have already login details with your email ID and password. So you just put your email ID and password and login. So automatically it will take you to register yourself again. Okay. So if you have already registered, you have already logged in from the first time, then you click here from the login. Okay. And you will receive the confirmation email. And in the same email, you will get the link for the booking appointments with Ayush Shakti Vaidya. By any chance, if you don't receive the emails, confirmation email or appointment links, then you can write us an email to homedetox@ayushakti.com. If you have any difficulties in booking or registration, the process, you can write us email to this email IDs.
Thank you, Dr. Hemang. Thank you so much. Did you see the question about the refund? Savan posted something in the chat about if it was at my first consultation, etc., I did not feel it was right for me at present, can I get a refund? That was one of the questions.
Yes, if it is not done, yes, sure. Can just write your concerns to these email IDs, they'll get it. Whatever the concerns are there, you can write it.
And there's another question. Did the older woman having children having physical problems associated with delivery and or recovery after delivery?
Yeah,
that's a question for
Dr. Giovanni.
Dr. Giovanni, yes.
Dr. Hemang,
yes.
can you put in the chat the email address that people can contact? And then also, what if people want to have a consultation with you, Dr. Hemang? Someone was also asking this, how they can have this possibility.
Yeah, they can still write to this email ID. And
oh, good. You put it in the chat already. The home detox.
They can, to book an appointment consultation with me, they can write an email to this. Or maybe the already appointment link is there and they can mention their preference and their choice. Beautiful. There is already appointment link you have shared with the all group. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, you know, for a lot of people, I know they're excited about it. For some people, this isn't the right timing. But the most important thing I think about this whole discussion is just getting clear on what do you want? You know, what is your burning desire? And knowing that there's support, you know, there is ancient secrets that that as you change your life, you're an instrument of contagious healing on the planet. I've been taking this last 3 months and working on book 2. You know, book 1 is Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. This is the Italian version. A Western skeptic, an Eastern master, and life's greatest secrets. Book 2 is actually, it applies so much to even the first part of this conversation about Denny. Book 2, the subtitle is most likely going to be Facing Death and Discovering Life. Facing death and discovering life. You know, often death is a gift because it tells us that life, we have a limited time here, and it helps us to value it more. You know, and in book 2, we hear lots of stories of people, even Dr. Naram, when he's with his master and his master is about to leave his body, and some other stories about with his father and my father. And what is it that we really want to do with our lives? You know, just this last week, I don't know, Afsena, if you're willing to share, but just this last week, talking about facing death and discovering life, Afsena had an amazing experience. I don't know if you'd be willing to share, Afsena, but I don't think many people know what you went through this last week or what you discovered about what you want, but I would love to hear that if possible.
Thank you very much, Dr. Clint. Yes, it's been 2 months of really scary time for me. I suddenly lost 12 kilos and I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping, I became extremely very unwell. At the same time, the Farsi translation is completed. And going to different doctors and different hospitals, private and NHS, and having many ultrasounds, sonography, blood tests of different, every time I went, they wanted to do something new. As you said, Dr. Clint, you kind of look at life in a different light then. And all that time, one of the things that I was worried about, or I was thinking seriously, was, oh my God, I didn't promote the book as much as I wanted to. It didn't happen. I didn't do it correctly. You know, it was just for me to give the book and talk about it, but practically there was zero input from me. And different things that happened, and I remember when Danny passed, I thought, dear God, you know, if I am going to pass, let me at least give me the chance to see the book published. And I'm going to tell you one story. When I was going to hospital, I was taking the book with me. And I was seeing patients come out of the room crying. But myself, I was in a very bad way myself. I was in tears constantly, and I was very scared. And living on my own didn't help. And as I was there, I was thinking, I really like to do something. And when I was given the all clear and there is nothing there, and it's just because I've been doing wrong diets and detoxes that Dr. Smith had told me off for because I'm under her care, I decided that I can do something. And so I'm taking pictures of the book. I've already started working on it with the links to the videos that Dr. Clint has put on YouTube. And I remember the first thing I looked, because well, there was a talk of me having probably pancreatic cancer, the silent killer. And I searched and I saw this video about a guy with a stage 4 cancer, pancreatic cancer, and everybody knows you will die from that. And this man had gone to, as a last resort, had gone to Dr. Naram. And Dr. Clint is interviewing him. And after using the herbs and the diet, all the blood tests showed that he's improving. And I thought to myself, I really like to promote the book this way, to have the links to these videos and have the pages of the book and really go full-heartedly. I like to go to hospital on my days off and sit there and target people that go to that diagnostic room and come out in tears, so I can give them hope. And one thing for sure, Ayush Shakti and all the doctors, Dr. Giovanni, that I'm so grateful for. He's been calling me to find out how I am. Dr. Clint, who kept calling me and giving me love, and he was a good omen. Dr. Smith, all the doctors really. You know, when you talk to them about anything, they don't focus on the word cancer. They focus on healing you. They look at the solution. Whereas all the other doctors that I saw, they were scaring me. They were they were terrifying me. I was petrified because all I could hear was cancer. Oh, this is called silent cancer. This is a silent killer. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm dead, you know? And I remember I left a message for Dr. Clint saying, I just want this book to be published because it's so very, you know, in my darkest times, that at nights that I couldn't sleep, I kept talking to Dr. Naram and thinking, there is hope. I mean, there is cure, whatever that I have, surely. This is what I've learned in my 100-day training. And I really think that we all need to look at life in a different light now that we are all well. Not wait for the moment that we think, oh my God, is this my last days? I feel as if I'm born again, and I felt honored when Dr. Clint put my name next to Danny's name. And he said that he was thinking of Danny and me. I just felt so honored, and thank you.
Oh, thank you, Afsana. Yeah, so beautiful. The fact that you went through this experience this week, you know, you faced it. You know, the subtitle of the second book will be Facing Death, Discovering Life. And also, you know, when I was with Denny and asking her, what do you want? She says, I want my message to go in the world. You know, I want this to be shared. And the fact that we've had this time to be able to connect so much with her heart and to benefit on so many seen and unseen levels is like a priceless gift. And I don't know, Claire, I see that you came on this call, and I don't know if there's any way that you'd be willing to share anything from your heart, but I just saw that you came on, and if you turn your video on, I'll know that you want to share. And if you don't, then we just want to send you so much love in this moment and just let you know that, yeah. Oh, good. So please, Claire, we've had a chance to share different ways in which Denny has changed our lives. In fact, I want to share the good news that altogether, by pre-ordering her book, we've already raised almost $2,000 to help pay for the last expenses. So thank you so much for everyone. We'll figure out some way to get this to you, Claire. And also many people are going to treesisters.org and planting trees in Denny's name. I know many people on this call have done this. We just want to hear from you. Anything that's in your heart, anything that you want to share with us, Claire.
Oh, well, I'm Jill.
And
Hi.
Jill.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for loving Mom. Thank you for seeing her and understanding some of the extraordinary depth to her soul, which she never really understood. Like, you know, Mom didn't get who she was. And she did on some level, but mostly she didn't. And, you know, I've been writing her funeral today. And we've been sitting in one of her high places, listening to something, like trying to figure out what music we can possibly play that won't have us all bawling our eyes out, trying to carry her coffin, you know. And
so we were actually bawling our eyes out on the hill whilst listening to all the music.
She was so brave. Mum was just so brave. And she had a really hard life. And she was a cup half full to the very end. You know, she had a dreadful end, frankly. She was horribly, horribly ill, and it was awful. And her last week was agony. And I couldn't have wished for just like, and at one point in like 2 days before she passed, I was looking down at her and I could see she was like dumping old karma into the sepsis that took her. It was sepsis that took her. And I, you know, because part of me was just like, why after all this does she have to go in so much pain? And actually it felt like she was making a warrior's exit. You know, she was using the illness to set herself free. And I was saying to Jill, I used to play hockey. When I used to play hockey, I was the goalkeeper, and I used to wear those enormous pads on my legs and the big pads on my feet, and they're incredibly heavy. And halfway through the hockey game, you have to run from one end to the other, and you're sort of weighed down unbelievably. And then at some point, at the end of the game, you get to take them off, and you feel like you can fly, and you want to like just run for you know, hours because you feel so liberated. And my sense with Mum was, when you've lived with as much pain as she has, when finally you're liberated, you know, she's going to be like a meteor in the sky. She's just going to be this, she's going to know a level of bliss that is like nothing else. But, you know, we lost her slowly over the week. You know, the beginning of the week, she was struggling very, very badly. And, but then she came back and she was suddenly like, I want my phone, I want my Kindle. Like, she was like, she had no idea she was going. And, but right before she, like, the last words she said to me, before she no longer recognized us, was, I'm sorry, I'm a mess. I just want to help. It was just like, just that, like, I just want to help. And there she was. That was Mum, you know, like, to the end, to the very end. Just, how are you? What can I do? I'm sorry. She hated being sick because she hated being a burden of any kind. She just wanted to be there for everybody else. And those were her last words to me that I could understand anyway, were so symbolic of her. But, you know, Clint, you've given her such a gift. You gave her such a gift of, she didn't know how to take it, by the way. She didn't know how to take it at all. Like, she would say, I'm being interviewed, or I'm, you know, and I have no idea what I just said, which is typical Mum. But you gave her the experience of being seen and loved before she went. And I don't have words for my gratitude for that. Like, she so deserved it. You know, she so deserved it. She was such a rare being, such a rare being. So full of joy, so full of light. No matter what level of agony she was in, and she just was living in agony, and but she would still just, I've got this glorious photograph of her in hospital where she just turned around with this totally impish grin. She was holding my brother's hand on one side and mine on the other, and she swung around looking like a totally mischievous 5-year-old, and my brother caught it on camera, and I'm so glad, because that moment was the joy, just the absolute joy that is in her, shining through the nightmare that she was going through. And you know, and we had her for as long as we did because of Jill. Like, Jill was Mum's angel. Without Jill, Mum would have died years and years and years ago. Jill saved her life numerous times, and so so this one was Mum's angel. I mean, she really was. And so yeah, I was lucky to have a mum, but I had a mum for as long as I did because of Jill. Yeah.
You know, I just want to share, there's so many people in this community that our lives have been changed because you introduced me to Denny and to Jill. And one of the members of the community wanted to just draft an example of a book cover. And I know it's not finalized and there's so many things to still discuss on it, but one of the people in the chat just now said that, you know, that Denny now has her wings. And this is actually the very first book cover draft, and I'll just share it with you because I just think it's so beautiful.
Oh.
Love is the only truth.
It's beautiful.
Can you give us some details about the funeral and how we can participate and how we can participate? It's a celebration, really. It's a real celebration of life, you know. So how can we?
She wanted a Viking send off. You know, she wanted us to put her in a boat and send her off into the ocean burning. But we can't do that, so we're trying to figure out how to do that.
We're trying to get my daughter to make a little miniature Viking boat that we can actually use as a symbol. I haven't asked her yet, but she will be asked.
Well, you know, I mean, we're cremating her. That's as close as we can get to a Viking funeral, unfortunately, but we can hold it in our minds that that's what's happening. But there'll be a link to the funeral, and you're all welcome to attend. And you know, I'm just writing it now, and I mean, you know, we're gonna have more time than they did in the belly of COVID, thank God. You know, I mean, that's the thing. We were actually able to get into hospital to see her. Yeah. They bent all the rules for us. I got to have hours with her, like up to 10 hours some days, and you know, thousands and thousands of people have just not been able to even get anywhere near their loved ones.
And in the same room as Danny, the others weren't allowed to have visitors.
And we were given free reign. My brother could sleep on the floor next to her. I mean, it was extraordinary. Like, life just was so kind to us. So, you know, we get to have an hour-long ceremony, of which I think we'll probably have about 45 minutes or so to actually honor her. And
so what I was suggesting is that I know my email address. I've given my email address on the community link. If people can email me, I can then send them the link. If they want to join in the live broadcast, I can give them the link. It'll be probably the day before, with instructions with it, and they can join the live feed. The only request is that you have to sing. You have to sing with us. Even if you're watching, you have to sing. And you'll all know one of the songs.
Claire and Jill, can I just mention something here?
Yeah.
So basically in the chat, what I've done is I put in Jill's email address, which is jillwilkinsonreflexology@yahoo.co.uk.
Yeah.
If you send her an email asking that you would like to see the live, she will send you the link to obviously join in on the day and the time. And then obviously there will be the option as well that after a week or so, Jill and Claire will be able to download the whole footage of the crematorium. So at a later date, we can also share that with you for those that can obviously not be present at that time.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Jill, for letting me be a part of it.
Well, thank
Claire, just a question for you. When we started, today's call, Kim Erickson asked a question: how would Danny show us or teach us how to love ourselves? I don't know if you or Jill would like to answer that question.
Blimey. Oh. Well, that was Mum's journey. I mean, Mum's whole journey was to love herself, because she didn't. And one of her really dreadful surgeries where she died on the table and they brought her back.
And we all knew she died. We were all in separate places, weren't we?
Yeah, and we held on to her for dear life. And she talked about realizing that she was loved and coming back because she realized that she was loved. And so we finally got into the hospital room to see her, and she's just like covered in blood and every part of her was just a wreck. And there was this beaming face from in the middle of all of this just horror, because with her disease, if you touched her, her skin broke and they'd had to like throw her over and go for her heart and then put her back over again. And so she was just a mess. And she just looked up with this look and she said, I'm loved. I'm loved. And it was this, and she hadn't realized how much pain she was in. She hadn't realized anything. She'd tried to leave the planet, and our love had held her, and she came back. She said she could see us all. And she came back and she was just beaming. I'm loved. I'm loved. And I mean, for Mum, the big thing was acceptance. It was the path of acceptance. I mean, her path was so difficult, and she remained a cup half full the entire time, but she also had to just keep recalibrating around accepting what is, accepting what is, accepting what is, and then turning, like choosing love in the midst of that, just choosing it as a practice, and then accepting more, and then choosing love and accepting more and choosing love. And that's all I know. We talked before she went about the things that she'd taught me. And my favorite gift that my mum gave me was rules are there to be broken, because I am incapable of following any rules that anybody gives me ever. It's just like, I just don't understand what a rule is, because I so received that from her, that rules are there to be broken. But also one of her great gifts was truth moves. And she lay in bed and she said, oh yes, that was my deepest one, wasn't it? And I was like, yeah, that was pretty deep, Mum. Because she always said, don't hang on to your belief systems. Don't hang on to anything, because you'll come around a corner and you'll discover that actually something completely other is true. And so there was this like grace in her of, don't hold on. Like, just keep being willing to let go. Keep being willing to let go of what you think you know. And I'm prepared to be delighted, or astounded by what the truth actually is. And I sincerely assume that even from the other side, she did promise to haunt us. And I think, knowing Mum, she probably will. And so I'm assuming that very shortly we'll start getting a stream of unadulterated wisdom from the other side. And she's already started with my brother, which is great. He woke up and she was sitting on his bed the other night. So we haven't had a visitation yet.
Yes, we did.
Well, she's been there, but we couldn't hear her.
Because I said to Claire she had to move over because she was lying on Den's bed. And I said, you've got to move over because your mum needs to lie down too.
She's been here, but she's not been very talkative yet. But I think she just wants love. She just wants what's in the way of love out of the way, you know, and she just wants whatever the highest expression of each individual actually is to be given the chance to be expressed. That's Mum. Like, get out of your own way and let the love that you are spread its wings. That's Mum.
Thank you so much, Claire, for sharing that wisdom. Jill, any words from you with your experience?
I'd like to tag on to that. Laughter. Laughter can totally change your being. And, you know, if you're in a really tough place, well, we used to just laugh, but find a good movie you can have a laugh at. If you're in a really tough place, feeling really down, go and find a good movie to laugh at with. It really does change, and it can really help. We were renowned for causing mayhem in our laughter, and getting everybody else to join in the laughter on courses, haven't we? You know, it's just, yeah. So laughter can really shift energy.
Thank you so much to, we totally respect what you're going through. We have deep reverence for your pain and loss, and we are right there with you.
Janet, can we, sorry, Janet, can we ask everyone to kind of rub all the hands together?
Absolutely.
And send everyone that is present here, including Claire, including Jill, including Danny, and everyone that needs it, lots of love, lots of wisdom, lots of care.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Ilaria, our beautiful Ilaria, my beautiful co-host, I think she's ready to present a song that came from Ecuador. It's a gratitude. It's featured in the gratitude video to Dr. Clint and all of the other doctors for their work in the first 100-day training. And it's called Somos un solo corazón. We are only one heart. So beautiful, Ilaria, are you ready?
Yes. I just want to tell you that I'm not a singer, and this is my first time with guitar, but I felt this burning desire to share this song with all of you, for Danny and for you and for all the world. You can sing if you want. Somos un solo corazón, somos un solo corazón, somos un solo corazón, somos un solo corazón, somos un solo corazón vibrando unidos. Y si canto contigo, me encuentro conmigo y canto a la vida que resuena dentro mío. Y somos tantos, caminando por senderos parecidos, juntos para sanar el mismo dolor. Y que la soledad es un cuento que ya no Thank you so much.
Somos un solo corazón.
Alaria, so beautiful. You're so talented. Would you please put your information in the chat so we can know, so we can access your music? And if you don't have that, just even your email so they can get in contact with you, because you're just so talented. And I know that you're just starting to spread your wings and go so very far.
Thank you. Thank you all for all your love.
Please give Alaria some love in the chat for her beautiful presentation. Beautiful song. So, thank you so much for everybody for joining in today. And please think about joining this 28-day detox. It'll be life-changing. Anybody that does that, get in touch with ayushakti.com to just get started, book that consultation. Thank you, Dr. Clint, for stepping in more ways than one for so many reasons. We love you so much. And the other doctors on the call, Dr. Giovanni and Dr. Hemang, for your presentations. We love you so much. So, Alaria, do you want to say
I want
goodbye?
you to unmute your microphone and say all together, I love you and I'm with you. To feel
I love you.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
When I'm with you.
I love you, Danny. Love you, Claire.
Love you and I'm with
Bill, love you, Sheila. Love you.
With you.
Janet, love you, Alaria.
Love you, Angela.
Love you and I'm with you.
Mr. Francis.
Love you,
Love you, Glenda. Love you, Carol and Larry.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody.
Everyone.
Love you, Julie.
Love you, Esther.
Love you, Sarah
Love
Julie.
you and I'm with you. Love you and I'm with
Love you
you.
and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm
Love
with
you
you.
and I'm with you.
Love you, Danny.
I love you. I love you,
Cornelia.
I love you.
Thank you everyone for joining in today. We shall see you same place, same time next Sunday for week 11. We love you. We're with you. Bless you all.
I also want to say I love you and I'm with you. You know, Claire's such a powerful story about Denny wanting to stay on this planet once she realized she was loved. You know, Afsena, a similar kind of thing, deciding to stay here. So for everyone here, wow, I love you. I'm with you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Ilaria, Dr. Giovanni, everyone who shared on this call, Claire and Jill. I'm so glad you showed up to share from your hearts what you shared. This is a call we could listen to many, many, many times and benefit every single time from listening to. So I hope this week, the best way, you know, when Dr. Naram passed away, I realized the best way we could honor him is by doing what he taught, you know, discovering what do you want? Like chapter 10 so powerfully says, don't worry about if it's something you think is possible or not possible. Claire never thought it was possible to plant 1 million trees, much less 18 million plus, you know, but she just leaned in to what does she want and what does Spirit want to do through her. Denny, you know, she probably never thought this would happen, that her book would be completed, you know, or in the process of being completed. The last 6 months of her life, you know, that wit and wisdom and love would be captured in such a way it can spread through the earth, you know. And what dream wants to come in you? The way we can honor that is by discovering. And the best way we can honor Denny, I think, is by loving yourself more and more, you know, taking time this week. The 28-day detox is one way you can love yourself, but there's so many ways you can love yourself, you know. So really leaning into that love, leaning into that love. I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you. Love will teach you. So even right as this call ends, you know, Cornelia is about to end the call. I would take some time to write in your journal, what did love teach you through this call? What did love teach you today? As you're listening to all these beautiful stories about Denny and from chapter 10, what did love teach you? What did love teach you today? And then taking that love and just igniting that contagious love with everyone that you meet today. I love you. I'm with you. Thank you, everyone, for being on this call. Thank you for watching it, whether it's live or recording. I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.